Hi PXF, I'm here with part 3, the final part of the Stars 109 Turbo. So let's head to the final table and see what's up. We have learned so far that you definitely don't need to play every hand, but you need to win the ones that you do play. Oh, raise and take it. I don't think I've seen one of them in about an hour. Queen 10 suited, we're going to open here. There's 40,000 in the pot. There's 3 of the stacks are shorter. I think this is actually just a shove. I hope that I shove this. Ah! No, I don't like that at all. That's got to be just shoved. Opening it makes it so that you can fold if one of those guys shoves on you, but I just don't think we want to do that. I don't want them to shove, pocket 8s on me and have to fold. That's not a good spot. And sometimes you don't realize in these turbos just how much is in the pot. So we've got 5 people on the table, so I'm thinking this is probably... I'm thinking this has got to be the... is this the final table bubble? I wonder if it's the actual final table. I don't know, but I'm not defending this either way, so whatever. Oh, he shows it. He shows ace king because he's like the most aggressive player on the planet. Oh, I'm going to have ace king every time. When somebody raises and then shows something like that, they're one of 2 things. They're either an old man, because old men just show their cards for no reason, or if they're not an old man, you know that they're aggressive. And when he opened king 7 suited there, he was just committed against daughter's raise. So that's why he went with it. That's very standard. He's got a lot of chips now. So I don't know. There may actually just be 5 people left at this. I'm really honestly not sure. It was a while since I did this. With the stacks the way there are, he's probably not expecting me to open too light there. If there are 5 people left, he can definitely open that. With the stacks the way there are, it's really hard for us to play any hands against him here. Because of the ICM considerations. but you can't go too overboard with it. Like if you're pretty sure you've got the best of it, then you've just got to get it in. And if you bust, you bust. Because if we all keep folding, then all of a sudden we're all gonna have 100,000, and So like I'm gonna shove a hand like that. I think it's really close. Jack 10 here for 11 bigs in the hijack in this situation, but just go with it and do that. Just go with it. Just get it in. It's a turbo. Don't play for fourth. Okay, so that was final table bubble, which makes it honestly an easy go. I don't know why anybody actually plays tight on a final table bubble. Like, who cares if you make the final table? The pay jump is insignificant. Really, it is. Especially on stars. Alright, we got 8 people left. I'm not the chip leader, but I'm pretty close. A lot of these guys I've never seen before. I have seen Go Go Go. I know one big ace hole. He's very aggressive. The rest of the guys I just don't really know. Doesn't mean they're bad players, but I don't know them. It's not a bad spot to be in. I think that was an aggressive raise. I know he's an aggressive player, but I wouldn't have shoved that. Those fours. He can only be so aggressive opening into a whole pile of stacks that can shove on him. He's aggressive, not stupid. Like, that kind of thing is ICM suicide, what that guy did. If I was the chip leader, I would probably open King 5 suited there, but with guys, 3 guys who cover me on my left, I just don't think it's a very good idea. I think that's obviously fine on both sides. Wow. Final table. 7 people left and you run kings and aces. That's just not cool at all. Yeah, I don't think you're fooling anybody with that raise, buddy. we know you're strong. King Jack, I just don't want to shove over this guy for, 18 bigs. It's just not worth it at all. Just gotta fold. It'd be fun? Flatting. Because you'd think you had aces, and you could probably, if you missed the flop, you'd probably just check fold. Something to think about. The problem is when you hit your flop and then he bets into you anyways, and you lose your stack. That's why plays like that don't really work too well. We've lost another guy. We're down to 6. I'm going to open ace 5 suited every time there. 6-handed. Well, I think this is the first time we got aces all tournament. Should we slow roll? No, let's not do that. That's unfortunate for him because ace 9 doesn't do too well against pocket aces. Down to 5, and we're basically the chip leader if you include our blind that we have there. This would have been an interesting spot to 3-bet. I just, I don't really want to get involved with guys like that unless you're ready to win the dick swinging contest, because, they just don't like to fold. So I decided against it. I remember that I was thinking of 3-betting him. I do remember that. And I just decided not to. One thing you don't want to do there is just call out of position. That's the worst thing you can do. Either 3-bet it or fold it. Flop? What is this? I don't know what he's betting there, but maybe he had pocket nines. That would make sense. So now we get pocket tens. We're picking up some hands at the right time. Now, based on our logic from the last hand, we definitely want to 3-bet this. So make this 140, 150, and pray for a shove, which we did not get, unfortunately. And now we're in that same spot as before, and I played this pretty conservative today. If I'd known he was opening 10-5 suited, I know what I would have done. Plus, I didn't want to 3-bet him after just 3-betting the last hand as well. Gonna open here. Oh, sorry, shove. As they just don't have really enough chips to... Like, they've got to have a big hand to be calling that shove ICM-wise. Because I'm the guy with the chips now. It's got to be a good feeling when you make the call with the queen 7 and you're coin flipping. Really don't know if he needs to shove king 7 there. I don't know about that. That seems a little bit loose to me. And now we don't have our chip lead anymore, but there's still ICM considerations here, so we've got two choices. We can raise fold or we can shove. And I think either one of them's fine. I shoved. Thinking about this one, I don't think it's outlandish to just shove here. I really don't. There's 70,000 in the pot, and there's only 880 in my stack, so the only other thing you can do is you can raise, and if he 3-bets you, you can shove. I have a feeling I shoved here. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I just piled it. You've got pocket fives. Like, it would suck if you raised and he shoved, then you'd have to fold, and that would not be good. At least I think you'd have to fold. You certainly wouldn't be shoving any premium, so I don't know, maybe you can make a case for a call there. Just try and win the tournament. There might be some merit to that if he shoved. I have the chip lead now. I am not putting up with this. I 3-bet him and he goes away. Haven't been very aggressive. I definitely can get away with that there. It's actually a good result for us. We're still the chip leader, which I think is important. I think that's better for us to still be the chip leader and have position on the next guy in chips than have that guy bust. can't call that. It's just too much. All right, so three-handed, we're all fairly equal in chips. These next few hands are going to be very important. If we can expand this chip lead, that would be a good thing. So we're certainly going to open here. And we're off to a good start. If we can expand the chip lead, we can make ICM a real concern for these guys. So I raise here, and he calls. I don't quite know what he's doing, but I'm definitely going to bet this flop. And he goes away. So that's why you don't, I don't like limp calling there. It's hard to hit flops. I decide not to play this hand. I don't think we have such a chip advantage that we can go raising a hand like this blind on blind. It was good to throw a bone, you know, once in a while. This I think we can open, but we got 3-bet. Pocket sevens, we're going to open and hope we get action. We did not. But we are opening up that little bit of a chip lead. I'm not going to raise 5-3 offsuit on the button, especially when I've been raising every single button. The other thing that raising blind on blind when he limps in does is, you know, it gets us hands like that where he'll be more likely not to play. Okay, this one, I think a 3-bet is fine. I think if we make it 180, that's okay. I don't think we need to shove. That works. We'll take it. Certainly going to open this, but can we shove? It would kind of be a big shove like that. I don't think that we need that. It's just going to be really awkward if we open and he shoves on us. It's going to put us to a kind of tough decision. I think we would actually have to fold, but I just don't think you'd be shoving super light on us there. And he just keeps folding the blind to us, all because we raised that one and took it down. I'm sure that had a lot to do with it. Queen 10, 93,000 in the pot. Now shoving is becoming a little bit more enticing. I think this one, we could definitely make a good case for a shove here. And that's what I did. And he had ace king. But that's okay, because we're running pure. Get out of here. Nice little chip lead on Halodio. I'm not playing king 2 offsuit out of position. I decided to just fold 7-3 offsuit because it's really, really terrible. King queen, we were really hoping he'd raise there so we could shove, but it didn't work out. I open 10-2 suited, but he shoves. Have to fold. Ace 4 offsuit, he folds to us. Ace 10, clearly we raise call this. He's got under 20 big blinds. Ace 10 is just a huge hand, heads up. Called though. Two choices here. We could check behind and call turn bet. And if the river doesn't bring any scary flushy sorts of cards, we could call the river bet. Or we could just bet the flop here and fold to any further aggression. I check. The queen of spades comes down. He's not making a very big bet here. It's less than a third of the pot. So I decide that I'm going to call. And if spade comes down and he bets the river, I'm going to fold the river. But other than that, if I call the turn, I think I have to call the river. 4 comes down. My hand's looking pretty good once he checks there. But I'm not going to get any value, so I just check. He was just bluffing. Just pure bluffing. King 2, he's folded several buttons already, so he may not be, the most competent heads-up player. Ace 3, I think we can just pile at this point. There's nearly 90,000 in the pot. Folds. We've whittled him away, and now we're going to finish him off. King Jack, very big hand heads up when he's only got 12 big blinds. Very easy call. And he had the hand that we want to see. Oh, never mind. that was kind of a fun way to finish it. So that was first place. I think it was, I can't remember. I think it was about 16,000, something like that. So a nice win. Definitely one that you're very happy to get. So I hope you enjoyed the hand history, and if you have any questions about it whatsoever, feel free to post in the forum and I will get back to you. And yeah, I'll be back next month with some sort of other video. I'm not sure what yet. Hopefully I win a nice tournament between now and then I'll do it up for you guys. So have a great week and talk to you all soon.